Maureen asked for a brief introduction this morning, and then she forgot she asked for that, so it's going to be brief. Some of you may already know Maureen as a friend, a co-worker, a choir member, or a former classmate. Sarah said to make sure I said, she is known and loved in so many circles for her zest for life, her humor, her faith, and her ability to overcome obstacles. Please join me in welcoming Maureen.
Thank you, Sister Barbara, for that moving introduction. I would have liked it a little longer. We arrived in the back parking lot of St. Rita's Church in my little red, banged-up car. Inside the car was a chaotic flurry of flailing limbs, loud crying, and lots of anxiety. The crutch that I was using to support me from my recent hip surgery was firmly placed across my daughter's lap to keep her from leaping out of the car. We were on our way to the first counseling appointment, and Sister Sarah was about to meet her first Northeast Catholic Counseling Center's client, as it was called then. I had been a single mom for almost a decade by this time and had had a few medical challenges. This was my second hip replacement, and I was only 30 years old. But the kids and I had made it work, just the three of us. However, now, not only did the boys outnumber the girls, but our comfortable family of three was about to be doubled and invaded. As the change in the number of people living in the house increased, so too did the level of anxiety and anger in my daughter. I called and made an appointment with no expectations and even less money, just a desire to get help from my traumatized daughter, thereby hopefully restoring some peace to our family. The second marriage and my health issues were but a catalyst for her condition. This poor kid had to leave the classroom and go sit in the principal's office, not because she had to, but because she wanted to take a break from the classroom. We would stop on car rides often because she needed to get out and walk around. She would do her homework in her brother's room because she was afraid of the enormous feelings welling up inside of her and did not want to be alone with them, an act he wasn't too fond of. But continuous therapy helped her, and soon Sarah became her trusted counselor and mine. When I was invited to speak here today, I was honored and happy to do so. This organization's mission statement, at least part of it, says, serving all, regardless of faith or finances. We had no money. Sarah said the fee would be decided by a sliding scale. We must have qualified because I never paid more than $5 a session, if I even paid that. On the issue of faith, I'm a Catholic. I personally believe in Jesus as a healer, and though physically he's no longer on this earth, I can still feel his presence, and I felt it especially in the person of Sister Sarah. In Sarah's kind brown eyes, I saw someone who listened without judging, thought and measured things through, logically and fairly, and counseled with mercy and love. I saw the Lord in Sister Sarah, but I actually received physical gifts as well from Northeast Catholic Counseling. The best one is the story of the wood. Sarah asked me one night after counseling, would I like some wood? Since I had a house with a fireplace, I responded, of course, yes. Though the fireplace was not a type that could heat the house, I knew that a fire was always a warm and welcoming sight and sound. Our whole family were readers, and what could be more comforting than sitting around a fire with a good book? One night, as I recall it, Sister Sarah and Sister Barbara came by with boxes and boxes, fruit boxes, of neatly stacked wood with lids on them. Some were labeled kindling, some logs. All the boxes were written on with the type of wood inside: fir, oak, mixed wood. When the good sisters showed up with wood for us, I thought, what else can these women do? They uproot themselves from their homes, move to a new region of the United States, start a new business, provide basically free counseling, and now they're apparently chopping wood. It wasn't until last year that I heard the real source of the wood was actually from another client of the counseling center who had not a lot of money to pay his counselor, but he had wood and he gave it to the sisters. Apparently, I was but one of the families that benefited from his generosity and hard work. Again, the generosity that Northwest Catholic Counseling lived by also inspired others. It inspired me to want to talk to you today and tell you my story. In closing, I want to share a quote with you that is from an anonymous source. Behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. Thank you.